Immerse yourself in the profound insights offered by Father Chuck Belmonte as he delves into daily reflections on various gospel passages from the Bible.
July 28th, Monday. What is the difference between nationalism and patriotism? Nationalism is attachment to one's country while despising all others. Patriotism is love and preference for one's country without despising the others. We must love our country without being nationalistic. The Second Vatican Council teaches that God, who has fatherly concern for everyone, has willed that all men should constitute one family and treat one another in a spirit of brotherhood. In his providence, God takes into consideration our social nature. Every human being is born into a family, and we absorb from our surroundings all the culture and traditions that make for spiritual growth and perfection. Man's social nature makes it evident that the progress of the human person and the advance of society itself hinge on one another. For the beginning, the subject and the goal of all social institutions is and must be the human person, which for its part and by its very nature stands completely in need of social life. This social life is not something added on to man, but rather, through his dealings with others, through reciprocal duties, and through fraternal dialogue, he develops all his gifts and is able to rise to his destiny. We owe a great deal, therefore, to society, and in particular to our country, and we are naturally obliged to be grateful. But for a Christian, patriotism must be animated by charity. Nationalism is a sin. It is a lack of justice towards other nations. And what about love for one's country? That is a virtue, a Christian virtue, and I bless it with both hands. It is important to distinguish between the two. The Church therefore teaches that citizens must cultivate a generous and loyal spirit of patriotism, but without being narrow-minded. This means that they will always direct their attention to the good of the whole human family, united by the different ties which bind together races, people, and nations. Thus, we must shoulder our civic responsibilities. Politics, in the best sense of the term, is the attempt to achieve the common good of the earthly city. In the political forum, debates take place, and laws of the greatest importance are passed on issues such as marriage, the family, education, private property, the dignity of the human person, and the rights and duties of citizens. All these matters, and others besides, are of prime interest to religion, and no apostle can remain indifferent and uncommitted in their regard. We are obliged, then, to work for the good of the national community to which we belong. Frequently, indeed, one comes across responsible and devout Catholics who think they are only obliged to fulfill their family and religious duties, and who don't want to hear anything about civic duties. It is not a question of selfishness, but simply a lack of formation. The virtue of justice and the sense of Christian solidarity are expressed by being involved in, being informed about, and contributing to solving the problems affecting the whole community.
I would be delighted to extend an invitation to you once again tomorrow for another insightful reflection on the Gospel by Father Belmonte.